Hi, and welcome to Biz Talk with Zita. I'm Zita Gustin, and today we're going to be visiting with Paula Russell, and she is with Time of Your Life Tours. Paula takes tour groups to Italy. Paula is very knowledgeable in Renaissance and medieval art, and she intertwines that with the tours that she takes to Italy. So welcome. I'm so glad that you're here today, Paula.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Zita. I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad that you are. Listen, I know that when you were 20 years old, you took yourself on a quest to Italy to find yourself, and hence then your love of Italy. So tell us a little bit about that journey.
Right. When I was a young girl, I left school for a while and pretty much did my own junior year abroad. I was very timid and I hated to do anything by myself, so I set up a challenge. So I went to Europe for 8 months all by myself, and I would go to France because I spoke French, and then I'd go to Italy. I'd go to Germany, and then I'd go to Italy. And I ended up spending most of my time in Italy because it was a place I found that spoke most deeply to my heart, that I just loved.
Mm-hmm. And when you were in Italy, you spent a lot of time in the art museums.
I spent a great deal of time there. I like to see an art museum in different weathers and different lights, so what the art looks like on a rainy day or on a sunny day. It's really a lot of fun for me, so I go back lots of times.
Mm-hmm. And so now, fast forward to where you are in your life today, you found that people that you knew were coming back from Italy, and you'd ask them what?
Well, I'd say, how was your trip? What did you eat? Tell me about the food. What did you see? And they'd say, well, it was okay. The food, well, we spent a lot of time looking for where to eat, and it was kind of hit or miss. We never knew where to go. And yeah, we saw a lot of things, but kind of a blur of Madonnas. We didn't really know what we were seeing, and we didn't know. I'd say, well, what did you buy? Well, we didn't do too much. We didn't know if it was a good deal or if it was the right thing. And it would break my heart, and I'd think, gosh, I could do better than that. So I started thinking about taking people on tours.
And so when someone goes on a tour with you, what are they likely to feel and experience? How is it going to be different than if they went on a tour with anybody else?
Well, I think there's 4 things that the women on our tours get. First, it's completely hassle-free. They don't have to worry about a thing because we handle everything. A lot of times people don't have time to read up ahead of time or even know where to go, so everything is taken care of. Second, of course, we stay at charming hotels, and we have fabulous food, and we have the company of other women and a great itinerary with lots of extras. Third, because I give little art talks every day and help them understand what they see, they really get an in-depth and authentic experience of Italy, and they come away knowing what they've seen and what's so great about it. Mm-hmm. So, and fourth, although it's a group tour, we only take 8 people, and with their free time, we are really tailor what the women want to do to fulfill their dreams. So they get a group experience with the security and fun of a girlfriend's trip and a private customized tour just for them.
And so basically what they're getting is a tour within a tour. Correct?
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's the group tour that you put on, but then you actually meet with each individual person and decide how you can scope out certain areas for them, and you create a specialized sheet for them as well.
Oh, yes. For instance, we had one woman who really wanted to shop for lingerie, so we found all the best shops for her, and she came home with a fabulous array of lingerie, which I didn't even know was a specialty in Italy before her. And another woman wanted to see all the Annunciation paintings, so I made a whole itinerary for her and did research so she could figure out what was special about each one, and so she got to do that.
Very cool. Now tell us a little bit about the late afternoon meeting that you have with the ladies.
Well, in Italy, dinner isn't until 7:30 or 8, and everyone's tired in the afternoon, so they have a little time to rest. And then we meet up in Florence on the rooftop terrace. They can see the cathedral in the distance, and it's a garden. And we have wine. And I talk about the art and the things that they'll see the next day so that they really get a sense. I show them postcards, and we really talk about what they'll see so they get an idea of what it's going to be. And then the women talk to each other and share what they've bought, what they've seen. So it's kind of a fun time in that before dinner hour.
Mm-hmm. And when you talk about, one of the important reasons that people might want to understand about this process is that when you go through the museums and you're looking at the art, you're not allowed to talk. I mean, you can't go with them and tell them what they're seeing, correct?
That's right. Yeah, in Italy, you have to be a special state-authorized tour guide to really do that. And I don't like what they tell them. They mostly tell them about where this painting used to hang. So I developed an actual written guide, room by room, for the major museums for people to take in. For instance, the Uffizi has 1,500 paintings, and that's way too much for one trip. So I've distilled it to the 40 most magnificent, famous, and just the most interesting ones, and I write a little bit about each painting so they can really understand and get a window into what they're seeing, room by room.
Room by room. And you're also pointing out to them why that particular person is wearing a yellow vest and why that particular blue bird is in that tree.
Right. For instance, yes, St. Peter always wears a yellow robe with a blue cloak. And a sparrow is probably a representation of the resurrection, or why there's a peacock, or sometimes there's a little pickle in the corner. And those are the things you want to know, and that really no guidebook I've ever found tells you.
That's fabulous. And what a treat for people to be able to bring that information back.
I like it, yeah.